whole thing. It's awesome. Water is awesome. Get yours today. And no, it's not Sprite. And no, it's not 7-Up. Steve-O in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Niners for life in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Showing some love. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the number one subject, which is 49er Pro Bowlers, man. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie. Yes, they deserve it, but I was kind of shocked. I was like, considering the season, a lot of players are like somewhat would be forgotten, like even Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, George Kittle. But guess what? George Kittle, Pro Bowler, 79 yards, 8 touchdowns, 3 total tackles. Bro has 3 tackles. Nick Bosa, 9 sacks, 1 interception, 52 total tackles. Fred Warner, 1 sack, man. He got a sack, got that in there. 123 total tackles. Amazing stat, amazing player. Fred is legit. There's some people saying we should trade Fred next year, which is Ellis take I've ever fucking heard in my life. And he's got 2 interceptions. Boy, oh boy, is he a good linebacker. I'm glad he's on our team. Phenomenal. And then, of course, there's Kyle Juszczyk. I know I'm going to sound a little bit like a Debbie Downer, but like he played, so he has some good moves. You know, an epic tackle, touchdown against the Lions. You know, I think he had a touchdown earlier in the year too as well. I didn't check out his stats. I just know that technically it's relatively biased when it comes to Kyle Juszczyk. Everyone knows he's the best fullback, even though he doesn't have to do much really. Like, and again, I know I'm being a Debbie Downer when I say that, but like, let's just be for real right now, okay? Just the big ones that deserve it, though, were George Kittle, were Fred Warner. Nick Bosa, I don't know if Nick Bosa really deserved it, but then again, all the great pass rushers are on the AFC side, so I can see how he kind of snuck in there a little bit. But still, regardless, Nick Bosa got injured, played really well against, what game did he play? Oh, I'm losing track. I think it was against the Dolphins. He kind of showed up. I think he played against the Dolphins. There's 2 games towards the end after his injury when he came back. I can't seem to bring it to my mind, where he played pretty good despite his injury, and his injury is going to hold him back. Then he got laid the fuck out with the concussion by his own player, which was Samo, and he came back in the game and still dominated. So, like, I got to give Nick Bosa credit for his perseverance, his push through all his injuries and getting it done. Got to give him props for that, for sure. Strawberry in the house. We got to see that. I appreciate it. Good to see you. Good to see you. And by the way, thanks to I'm gonna give a shout out to Papa J here. He says he wasn't the one that brought the Restream. I'm pretty sure he was. I have to go back and check. I'm pretty sure he brought the Restream for the new live I'm going to use. It's going to be like my backup setting for just in case I ever use more than 20 hours of free streaming on StreamYard. I'll be using a different live. But there's one I will be thankful for because I believe it was him. I believe it was Papa J. But he says, "See you later, Wolfpack." And ever since then, I absolutely fell in love with that. I was like, oh, that is dope. That is a dope name. I can't believe I didn't think of that. That's incredible. So shout out to Papa J. You guys are now called the Wolfpack. Appreciate y'all. We're all fam up in here, man. That is dope. So thanks to him, I'm going to call you guys. You guys are now called the Wolfpack. We're together. Appreciate y'all. He is the man, dude. He's the OG, man. OG supports many channels out there. He's all over the place, man. He's a staple in the 49ers community on YouTube for sure. All right, back to the Pro Bowl situation. Like I said, George Kittle makes sense. He was the best tight end in the league. I heard one person on TikTok say that he wasn't very good this year, which I literally had to correct him like immediately. He's phenomenal. George Kittle was phenomenal, has a triple coverage touchdown, has multiple touchdowns in the red zone. And then towards that last game against the Lions, man, it looked like vintage George Kittle, dude. George Kittle's the man. He's the best tight end so far, I think, this year. Maybe Brock Bowers, the rookie tight end, maybe for the Raiders. But again, he's on the AFC side, not on the NFC side. But that tight end, Brock Bowers, is fucking really good. I know that we needed tackle and we drafted wide receiver anyway. But if there was a player in last year's draft to get that would totally been worth it, it was Brock Bowers. And it showed. Absolutely showed. Amazing player. But let's go back to this. George Kittle, amazing, deserved, well-deserved, absolute stud. Nick Bosa, again, there was better pass rushers on the AFC side, but if I had to give it to somebody on the NFC, it'd definitely be Nick Bosa. I mean, without him, without him, that we've seen what it's like without him. Without him, there's no pass rush. Nothing gets done. It's dead in the water when it comes to the defense without Nick Bosa. And when he's out there, he showed a lot of heart during his injury. Fred Warner is, again, the best linebacker in the league. Phenomenal, best coverage guy. Is he the best in the run game? He's still really good. Like this is a little bit of criticism here, but it's like he's still really good, but he's not Dre Greenlaw, right? Fred Warner is the best coverage linebacker there is. Best sideline to sideline linebacker. Best, like, he has really great run stopping ability. But Greenlaw, man, just put him out there. Absolute outstanding in the run game. Amazing player downhill. Love Greenlaw. But yeah, Fred Warner is an amazing player. So, and despite everything, and surprised me every year, says Papa J, I'm actually shocked that George Kittle has all these stats and doing really well despite everything. And it kind of goes to show just how important he is. He's 31 years old, guys. He is 31 and he's showing up, man. Well-deserved player. Some are saying like, hey, should we give him a contract next year, extend him? I do think we should extend him, but I got to be careful if you want to make him the highest paid tight end. I don't know, because he'll be 32 next year, right? So we got to be careful. Do I think he can keep doing what he's doing? Of course I do. But you also got to think about the future here. Maybe 2 extra years added to his contract, 3 the max. I wouldn't go any further than that, because then at that point he'd be 34, 35, and that's a little shaky. That's a little shaky. But he does deserve a little bit of a contract extension. He does deserve some money, a little more guaranteed cash. Same thing with Fred Warner. They're going to probably extend him on some level. He's going to only be, I think Fred Warner will be 28 next year. So he deserves an extension as well, some more guaranteed money, because next year I believe he's out of guaranteed money next year, and he deserves it. Nick Bosa, I think his contract is still good. I believe he still has guaranteed cash, and that won't happen with an extension. So, yeah, I love these Pro Bowlers. They're just well-deserved. I really can't think of anyone else that really – I know some people we'll talk about Lenoir in a second. I guess you could say that's more of a snub a little bit. Pretty good corner, amazing corner, outstanding. He carried when Ward wasn't there, and Ward wasn't there for good reason. It was outside his injury, but Lenoir got snubbed. I believe it was Niner Pack that said what's his name was snubbed. Pooney was snubbed. I don't think so. Great guard, but I think there's better guards out there. Landon Dickerson is better. There's a few other guards out there I think are just better than him. So I don't think he was completely robbed of that. But he was up there. He was definitely up there to be considered. He's an amazing guard, but he did make mistakes this year, right? He had one bad game, I think. I can't remember what it was. He had one really bad game where he had like 3 straight penalties on a drive, which completely killed us. He's still made mistakes, but his future, for Pooney's future, looks absolutely bright. So, yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the Lenoir had 2 picks. Come on, man. 2 picks. Yes, he did. 2 picks. All right, let's go ahead and jump over to what Lenoir had to say. So speaking of Lenoir, Steve, we'll jump over to what Lenoir had to say. Let's go ahead and see what some of his comments are first. Okay, what was the man saying? He clearly didn't watch football. Okay, what was that man saying? Clearly didn't watch. I don't know, dude. It was on a TikTok live, and I was kind of scrolling through it. He makes TikTok content. That's pretty much his whole thing. And he responded. Someone said in a comment, as I was passing by, saying George Kittle wasn't very good this year, kind of useless. And he responded, he's like, yeah, he wasn't that good. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, come on, dude. That's wild, bro. Wolfpack is where Ayuk played and Purdy's brother plays now, 30 minutes from me. Nice, dude. That's dope. That's dope, dude. Kill surprises me every year. Fred Warner was the offensive Brown linebackers. Was the Amon-Ra St. Brown of linebackers this season? I would say better. I would say Fred Warner was definitely better than Amon-Ra, because you're saying that he was the best wide receiver, right? And I don't think Amon-Ra St. Brown was the best wide receiver. Fred Warner, I'll take Fred Warner over Amon-Ra any day. Fred is the man. It's not just because he talks shit. It's not because St. Brown talks shit. Had nothing to do with that. I do think Amon-Ra St. Brown is a really good wide receiver. Does deserve some respect. Very tough player, right? Very cerebral, good at right running, very good wide receiver, but not the best, right? And Fred Warner is the best. More like Fred Warner is the Justin Jefferson this season, right? He's just that good. Is Fred in the Pro Bowl? Because I don't know. KK9117B, guess what? Guess what, man? Fred Warner He's in the Pro Bowl, baby. He made it. Best linebacker in the league, baby. Best linebacker in the league. Let's go. He is. Mahomes is no Pro Bowl. No Pro Bowl this time around. No. I don't think he's a Pro Bowler this year. But he wins games when he has to. I'm calling now Patrick Mahomes is going to win MVP and Pro Bowl next year. We'll see.